Jake was just an ordinary 24-year-old guy with barely any followers on social media. Every day, he watched celebrities getting attention everywhere they went. One evening, while scrolling through Instagram, he sighed and said, "Man, it must be amazing to be famous." Then suddenly, a crazy idea popped into his head. What if people thought I was a celebrity, just for one day? The next morning, Jake rented an expensive suit, put on stylish sunglasses, and convinced two of his friends to act like bodyguards. Looking at himself in the mirror, he smiled. "Wow, I actually look famous." As Jake walked through the city with his fake bodyguards, people immediately started staring. One person whispered, "Wait, isn't that guy famous?" Another replied, "Yeah, I've definitely seen him somewhere." Within minutes, curious people started asking for selfies. Jake couldn't believe it. "This is actually working," he thought. Soon, a small crowd gathered around him. People were waving, taking pictures, and treating him like a real celebrity. Jake smiled and waved back like a movie star. For the first time in his life, he felt important. Everything was going perfectly. Until suddenly, a local reporter appeared with a microphone. "Excuse me, sir, can we ask you a few questions?" Jake froze. Sure, he replied nervously. The reporter smiled and asked, "Tell us about your latest movie." Jake's heart almost stopped. Latest movie? He didn't have any movie. Trying to stay calm, he forced a smile and said, "Well, it's still a secret." The reporter raised an eyebrow. Then she asked, "Interesting. So what's the name of your manager?" Jake's smile disappeared. He had no answer. The crowd became silent. Everyone was waiting. Jake looked around and realized he couldn't continue the lie anymore. He took a deep breath and finally said, "Okay, everyone, I'm not a celebrity." People looked confused. "The suit is rented. These bodyguards are actually my friends, and I'm just a normal guy." For a few seconds, nobody said a word. Jake thought everyone would be angry, but then one person started laughing. Soon, everyone else joined in. Even the reporter couldn't stop laughing. One man smiled and said, "Honestly, that was the funniest thing I've seen all week." Jake laughed too, and that day he learned something important. Pretending to be someone else might bring attention for a moment, but being yourself is always better.